Marken Michel, wide receiver from Orlando, Florida, was with the Minnesota Vikings in 2016, 3 seasons with the Calgary Stampeders 2016 to 2018, and now with the Eagles last year and upcoming here in 2020. Joins us today from Florida. Marken, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
Good. Are you in Orlando?
No, I'm actually down in Fort Lauderdale right now.
So
this
beautiful.
is where I grew up. I was born in Orlando, but I grew up in Fort Lauderdale.
Say hey to Duran for me if you see him bumping around Fort Lauderdale, although he says he's self-isolating, right. So we'll see, yeah. Hey, Marken, So, hey, what are you and your boys saying with the news? What are you hearing? What's the buzz in the NFL with the news today from Dr. Fauci?
Honestly, man, it's definitely a hard time right now, but they're doing everything that they can, and doing the best that they can to make sure that we're prepared when it is time to go back. So right now, it's pretty much everything is a virtual kind of thing. So virtual meetings, virtual workouts. So we're kind of going with the flow right now and trying to get the best out of what's going on right now.
Actually, you make a good point with regards to the status of a current NFL player. How much communication do you have with the teams? Are they supervising your workouts? Just talking about the life of an NFL player right now.
Right now, I feel like the organizations and the staff are doing amazing jobs to make sure that they stay with us and make sure that we have the information that we need to be successful. The strength coaches are reaching out, giving us workouts, giving us plans to make sure that we're staying in tip-top shape and that we're ready to get back.
A lot of our viewers, as you may know, are current players, ex-players, and some future players. And they all want to know what the guys are doing for their workouts. So have you been able to find sufficient equipment to do an NFL player caliber workout?
Yeah, actually, we're really getting after it, man. But the only thing is, we're kind of like running around the city trying to find parks to work out at, and they're closing every park. So due to this virus, and which we understand. So what we did was we actually went out and bought bikes and just biked around just for cardio. So we're finding different ways to work out. And we do have equipment, weights and bands and stuff like that to make sure that we're in tip-top shape. But, the bike was something different that we tried this year.
Marken, if we can just look back for a second, we've got some fans and I would say people connected to the Stampeders writing in that say nothing but glowing things about you. I mean, it is the Cadillac franchise of the CFL, even though it's the top rival here of Saskatchewan. But just tell me about your time in Calgary, what you learned, what you loved about it, and what your memories are.
Man, Calgary will forever be near and dear to my heart. That was a place that allowed me to grow and to come into myself, to learn to really be a receiver as opposed to being just a utility guy. Coach Dickey did an amazing job with, putting all the guys in positions to make plays and put their best foot forward to perform to the best of their ability. So I'm forever grateful to that organization, not just as a football player, but as a man as a whole.
You'd been with the Vikings before, so you learned to be a pro, but coming to Calgary, you learned more, obviously, because you got back to the league. What did you learn in Calgary?
Honestly, I just, like for the most part, I really learned how to be a professional, how to carry myself, the proper ways to come and show up to work and just to be about your business, not just to be just an athletic football player, but to be a student of the game, and having great guys in the locker room and great coaches, like I mentioned before, they, helped me to become that professional, to become that student of the game.
So how did that help you when you got back with the Eagles last year? Did you feel like you were a lot older? 3 years older you were, but mentally and more mature. How much of a different player were you when you got back to the league with the Eagles?
I feel like the biggest thing was I just told myself not to take anything personal, to understand that, that this game is definitely a business and, some things aren't going to work out in your favor. And you just got to, take it in stride and just keep going. Make sure that you're learning your craft and perfecting your craft and making sure that you're putting your best foot forward every single day.
What was it like playing with the Eagles last year with the expectations? I mean, it's Philly. There's always going to be expectations, but coming back after a Super Bowl, what's it like lacing them up with that club?
It was amazing, man. You got a lot of great guys in the locker room, and like you said, they were Super Bowl champs. So it's a lot of champions in that locker room. Guys who showed great leadership and guys who were just true professionals. And when you're next to those guys every single day and you're going to work with those guys every day, it rubs off on you. So it definitely allowed me to step my game up a little more and get better.
A lot of our viewers are writing in asking about your brother, Sony. Talk about him and your relationship. Are you guys together working out in Fort Lauderdale, or what's your relationship right now in the off season?
We are. We actually live together. And that's my guy, man. That's my best friend. We do everything together. Like we're friends, but we're also competitors. So that's why, we go out and we're able to put our best foot forward, because we compete with each other in the off season.
Who's his quarterback going to be this year? Has he told you?
Nah, he doesn't know. Obviously, I know he's going to miss the GOAT, but we'll just have to see.
What is it like in Florida, by the way? You're on the opposite coast of Tampa Bay, obviously, or as they're calling it now, Tampa Bay. What's it been like in this, with the big news of TB12 going to Tampa? What's it been like?
Honestly, well, with me being in South Florida right now, it's not really a big buzz, but I'm pretty sure in Central Florida they're going crazy, man. They're excited to see Tom Brady in Tampa, and I'm kind of excited to see what he's going to do in Tampa as well.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, last one for you. Well, a couple. Our viewers are writing in saying that your brother makes rap music, which I like two kinds of music, Marken, country and Western. So rap isn't really my deal, but talk a little bit about your brother's music career, and are you in on that at all?
We've been doing it for a while, because my father was actually a musician. It's something that we kind of just grasped onto and we took interest in when we were younger. So I've been with him along the way the whole entire time. I just kind of like to be in the back and just kind of just watch. I don't like to be front and center. I don't like the attention, so I let him do his thing. But I'm on a lot of the tracks that he has. I'm on them.
Yeah, you're part of his crew, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, and let me just say this too. I said I had one more question. Duran tells me that in Fort Lauderdale, from what he sees, people don't even act like there's a pandemic at all. That they're not really observing social distancing. That was like a week to 10 days ago. Have they clamped down on that, or what is it like in Fort Lauderdale right now?
So he's spot on. People are outside like it's just normal days. Definitely the authorities are trying to do a better job of coming down on that, putting curfews up, but people aren't following those curfews. They're still outside, still doing what they do, living their regular lives.
Well, I know you guys are doing your part, Marken, so I appreciate the visit. All your friends from Calgary say hi, and the CFL too, man. Good luck here in 2020, and I appreciate the time.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.
That was an awesome chat. Marken and Michel, appreciate it. Joining us from Fort Lauderdale today, which, by the way, is just, it's a beauty, Clark.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.